Shalom. GMS 100 sit downs coming back with a quick video. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I'm going to give all praise and glory, the highest honor to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the elder apostles of GMS, for teaching us this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect out there that's pushing us with the sincerity and the truth, man. I'm going to go into a certain topic, and that topic is the name of the video is gonna be A Lonely Path. And why is it gonna be a lonely path? I'm gonna make it known through the scriptures, man. This is Psalms 102 verse 4. My heart is smitten and withered like grass, so that I forgot to eat my bread. Gone. And that's basically what we feel day in, day out, man. Being in this truth, you feel that your heart is withered, man. Your mind is in mourning, in a state of mourning, you know, and withered like grass, so that I forgot to eat my bread, because we are in a mourning state of mind, man. From the moment that you wake up in the rulership of the so-called white man. You wake up back into captivity. You gotta go to work. You gotta go to the plantation. We are in a state of mourning, man. We are like grass that is withered away. We don't want this thing to endure no more, you know. So that I forget to eat my bread, meaning being in a state of mourning. You don't even feel like eating, man. You know, you are in a state of mourning. By reason of the voice of my groaning, my bones cleave to my skin. I am like a pelican of the wilderness. Exactly, we're like pelicans being in the wilderness, man. You know, pelicans are by the seashore, man. So when a pelican is in the wilderness, that means he's alone, man. A pelican of the wilderness is gonna be alone because he ain't supposed to be there, man. You know, so we are like a pelican flying in the wilderness. That's not his habitat. That's not where he should be. He should be by the seashore, you know. So we are like that, man. Meaning, sometimes or most of the times in this truth, being in this truth is gonna be lonely, man. Of course, you have your brotherhood. You have the brothers that can help you with things, you know. But outside of the brotherhood, it's a lonely path, man. You know, because maybe when you just come into this truth, you think, okay, well, you know, I can talk to some family, maybe a family member or an old friend of mine. He can come into the truth. But most of the time, that's not the case, man. So, and the scriptures say, let me grab it real quick. The scriptures say, Matthew chapter 10, verse 36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. So even when you come home, man, even when you come home from the brotherhood, you was out there with the brothers in the highways and byways, you come home, you know, even the people of your own household can come against you, man. You know, you going into the scriptures, your wife complaining, you going into the scriptures again, you never have time for me. Maybe your son or your daughter is complaining like, hey, you never have time for us, you never go out and play with us or whatever, or go to the city with me, you know, go shopping with me. You're always busy with your Bible, you know. So even at home, you know, you might get the feeling that, hey, everyone is against me, and basically you are alone in this truth, man. You know, they are not able to understand the things that you are going through, or look at things spiritually, things that are happening, demons jumping upon them. You're trying to explain them like, look, I look at you and it looks like a demon, man. But they are not able to understand it, you know, most of the times. So then you feel you feel basically you have to separate yourself from them. You gotta be solitary. You gotta be separated from them so you can focus on this thing of ours, man. Because we got a path to endure, man. And all these distractions, you know, you gotta basically avoid them. And that if you want to be able to do that, you got to be solitary, man. You got to be like a pelican of the wilderness, man. So reading verse 6 again, Psalms 102 Verse 6, I am like a pelican of the wilderness. I am like an owl of the desert. I watch and am as a sparrow alone upon the housetop. You know, when you see a sparrow alone upon the housetop, he's solitary, man. He's just watching and he's just watching the things, man, because that's what it says. I watch and am as a sparrow alone upon the housetop, you know. So being watchman in this truth, it's normal to be alone or to feel alone or to feel separated from the rest. And that's where the spiritual thing comes in, you know, because if you look up the word holy, it goes into the word Santa, and the word Santa means to be separated, to be apart from, you know, to not be apart from, of. For example, those people out there, if you're trying to be holy, that means you have to separate yourself, because they are unholy pieces of shit, man. They are brute beasts. They are without knowledge, you know. So you got to separate yourself from that in order to be holy, man, in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai, because they doing everything the Most High forbid, man. You know, eating pork, going out in the clubs, having a great time in the place of your captivity, man. You know. So this path that we walk in is a lonely path, man. It's a lonely path. You know. I watch and am as a sparrow alone upon the housetop. So, and that's what you gotta do, man. That's what you gotta endure. You know. This is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 25. Yahweh is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. You know. So even though you feel lonely, even though, you know, you go through all these afflictions, the Most High is what? The Most High is good unto them that wait for him. You know. So you will only get more spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You will only get a more spiritual eye concerning the things that happen around you. You know. It will only get better and better if you are willing to wait for Yahweh Shem Yahushai and endure hardness, man. That's what we're going to go into in a minute, man. Endure hardness. So it says, the Lord Yahweh is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Heavenly Father. You know, that's the patience, man. The patience, enduring hardness, enduring afflictions, enduring that lonely path in which we walk, man. You know, verse 27. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. Let me read it again. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. Exactly, because, you know, most of the people come in this thing being of a young age. Me, myself, I'm 22, almost 23. So I'm of a young age, man. When I came into this truth, I was like 19 years old, man. You know, so brothers come in quite young. And it's good to bear the yoke at the young age, because that's why you train up your child early, so he walks in the way he should go. Because if he bears that yoke, if he bears that strong training, that discipline, he will be able to stand the hardness of this wicked world, man, when he grows up. You know. So the younger you are, the heavier yoke you carry, the more you're able to withstand all the bullshit that's coming when you are grown up, man. When you're getting older, man. You know, that's the experience. When you have had multiple arrows in your back, you know, an arrow in your leg, when you of an old age, is nothing, man. You just take it out, man. What's this? You know, the more beatings you've got, the more you're gonna be able to withstand. Just like with boxing, the more punches you have in your face, the more endurance, the more hardship you're gonna get. You know, if you get that in a young age, if you see these boxers, these kids, they start at a young age, they're gonna be monsters, man. They're gonna be animals, man. When they 22, 23, man. Look at Mike Tyson, man. He started at a young age. You know, he was eating people when he was 17, 18 years old, man. Only because he endured hardness. He bare that yoke from his youth, man. And that's how we got to be in this truth too. You know? So it says, verse 27, it is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sitteth alone and keepeth silence, because he had borne it upon him. He sitteth alone, exactly, like that pelican in the wilderness, like that sparrow upon the housetop. He sitteth alone. And it's not bad, man, to sit alone. The scriptures even say that you shouldn't have company around a lot of women, man. You know, because when you're around many women, only thing that you're gonna hear is wickedness, man. Which man they fucked, when they cheated on their husband. They have a husband, but they talk about other men. They talk about adultery. They talk about wicked shit, man. So to be separated from that is already good. But that's a small example. Now going into the world, separating from all the people that constantly talk about wicked shit, man. You know, I fuck 2/3 talking about I fucked another man's wife, man. Hey, she keep calling me, man. Hey, what the fuck you talking about, man? Separate from dudes like that, man. You know, because you committing adultery is for me, it's the same thing as looking at a goddamn faggot, man. You know, it's the same thing. You going off in the side of your Halbashim Shai, man. To me, you're the same as a fucking damn sodomite, man. You know. So what you gotta do is you gotta separate yourself, and when you separate yourself from them, you know, it might be lonely, man. You might long for company. You know, you might deal with a female, with a woman, and she has a homo friend. You know, then when the homo comes in your close to you and wants to you know, tell you who he is. Maybe then the shit comes out, man, because that's why it said in Psalms 102, my heart is smitten and withered like grass. We gotta fucking see that shit, man. You ain't supposed to see that shit in the first place, man. The woman you're dealing with ain't supposed to come with a faggot friend in the first place to say, hey, I'm your girl's homie. Get the fuck out of here, man. I wanna smack the shit out of you. You know? That's wicked shit, man. So if that happens, or if things like that come in your path, man, separate from that shit, man. You don't want to deal with a woman that has homo friends or a gay cousin. Get the fuck out of my face, man, or cut that faggot off, man. I don't want him to be in my area or in your area, man. You know? So that's why verse 28. Let me read verse 27 again. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sitteth alone and keepeth silence, because he had borne it upon him. You know, so it's good to sit alone, to keep silence. You see all the wicked shit happening, but you just keep your mouth shut, man. Like Yahushua said, be harmless, smart as a serpent and harmless as a dove, man. You know? You gotta see all the shit that's happening around you, but you gotta be harmless in their sight, man, because it's not our time to get carnal or to cuss them out